This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Amanda Stevens, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Monday, November 10th. Vice President Xiao calls on IPAC to deepen collaboration with Taiwan at European Parliament. Taiwan Vice President praises IPAC speech as diplomatic breakthrough. And President Lai announces national health insurance budget exceeding 1 trillion NT dollars, pledging to improve services and retain talent. But first, today's top story. Vice President Xiao Kim urges European countries to expand their collaboration with Taiwan and to oppose the use of force in the Taiwan Strait. Xiao addressed the annual summit of the Interparliamentary Alliance on China, or IPAC, at the European Parliament in Brussels on Friday. It is the first time a sitting Taiwanese vice president has appeared at the European Parliament. IPAC is an international interparliamentary group focused on relations with China. At the summit, Xiao told the IPAC members that she hopes to build trusted supply chains, expand dialogue on AI and digital cooperation, and invest in talent for democratic innovation with the European partners to establish the standards and norms of the next technological era. The vice president says Taiwan is ready to work with Europe on sharing best practices in defense, cybersecurity, infrastructure, disaster relief, sheltering, counter-disinformation, and civil readiness. At the end of her speech, she called on the IPAC members to continue supporting Taiwan's participation in international organizations and uphold the principles that are common expectations of humanity and of the UN Charter, which prohibits the threat or use of force to resolve disputes. After returning, the vice president said it was an honor to share Taiwan's importance and responsibilities with longtime supporters in the European Parliament.
Vice President Xiao Kim returned to Taiwan on Sunday after a rare appearance before the Interparliamentary Alliance on China in Brussels, where she spoke about Taiwan's resilience and international role. Xiao said it was an honor to share Taiwan's importance and responsibilities with longtime supporters in the European Parliament, describing the speech as both emotional and significant. Footage from the event showed Xiao engaging warmly with the two alliance co-chairs from the European Parliament and exchanging gifts, marking what observers called an uncommon diplomatic achievement. President Lai Ching-te thanked the alliance for the invitation, pledging that Taiwan will stand firmly with Europe and like-minded partners in defending democracy. Officials said Lai personally oversaw preparations for the trip, which remained confidential for security reasons until Xiao arrived in Brussels. We have never ever backed down because we believe the people of Taiwan, like citizens of the world, deserve opportunities to participate in the international community, Xiao said. International media described her trip as a rare move in Taiwan's European diplomacy. The AP noted, following a near incident in the Czech Republic involving a car following her, secrecy was necessary due to high security concerns. Reuters called it a bold effort to expand outreach, while Bloomberg said her speech helped strengthen global recognition for Taiwan. Xiao returned home to Taiwan and immediately resumed her duties, serving Taiwan with enthusiasm at home and abroad. Phil Laskowski for RTI News.
President Lai Ching-te announced on Saturday that Taiwan's national health insurance, or NHI, will surpass 1 trillion NT dollars, about $31 billion US dollars, in the 2026 budget, aiming to enhance healthcare services and retain medical professionals. Speaking at the opening of the 2025 Taiwan Medical Week academic conference, Lai said the proposed budget reflects a policy of high estimates to strengthen care quality and public health. Lai said the higher projection allows hospitals to improve equipment and training without sacrificing quality for profit. He urged healthcare managers to raise salaries and uphold fair pay principles, noting that the government has already increased compensation for staff at public medical institutions by 3%. The president emphasized that the plan encourages different pay for different work to reward more complex medical services. Recounting his transition from a doctor to politician during the 1996 Taiwan Strait crisis, Lai said his political philosophy remains rooted in medical ethics, honesty, pragmatism, and problem-solving. He reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring equitable healthcare and sharing the fruits of economic growth with all citizens, especially the disadvantaged. Lai also highlighted the 5-year Healthy Taiwan Initiative, which allocates 48.9 billion NT dollars, or 1.5 billion US dollars, to cancer prevention and treatment, including expanded screening and a new cancer drug fund aimed at reducing the nation's cancer mortality rate by 1/3 by 2030. President Lai Ching-te spoke at the Monday opening ceremony of the Taiwan Bridges Project, emphasizing that the world is facing numerous changes, and only through continuous dialogue, with science, education, and diplomacy working together, can the most appropriate solutions be found. The Taiwan Bridges Project, jointly initiated by Academia Sinica and 12 domestic academic research institutions, plans to invite 31 Nobel laureates to Taiwan for lectures and exchanges throughout 2026 to promote knowledge exchange and cultural dialogue among global scientists. The first lecture on Monday, November 10th, featured 2010 Nobel laureate in physics and University of Manchester professor Andre Geim, renowned for his discovery of graphene. Geim spoke on the material, detailing that its extremely high strength and excellent conductivity have ushered in a new era of nanotechnology and electronic components, energy, and medicine. President Lai emphasized that the government is committed to promoting higher education and scientific research connections, hoping that Taiwanese universities will not only be places of learning, but also partners in global knowledge innovation. In addition, he said the government has established and will fund 6 research centers in 5 universities, focusing on cutting-edge fields such as artificial intelligence, biomedical information, and quantum and marine technologies. Lai concluded by underscoring that Taiwan is actively engaging with the world and hopes that by promoting the Taiwan Bridge Project, it can deepen higher education, cultivate more Nobel laureates, and continue to contribute to world peace, prosperity, and sustainability. President Lai Ching-te stated Monday that all cities should prepare as Typhoon Fengwang is likely to approach Taiwan, bringing heavy rains. Due to its unusual path, Hualien County has issued a red alert for the Fatan River or Mataian area, meaning all evacuations are required. Fengwang, the 26th typhoon this year, is currently expected to make landfall on Taiwan sometime between Wednesday and Thursday, bringing heavy rains to the island from Monday to Tuesday in its approach. The president urged all citizens to prepare for the storm and work together to minimize the storm's damage, especially in cities and counties with a high landslide risk, which should be prioritized for evacuations. Typhoon Fengwang is currently located west of the Philippines' Luzon Island, where it made landfall as a super typhoon on Sunday, causing widespread damage. The storm is gradually turning north and expected to pass over Taiwan sometime later this week, with a sea warning possible as early as Monday evening. The storm is also expected to bring significant rainfall to Taiwan, although it is likely to weaken as it continues toward the island. Central Weather Administration forecaster Zhu Meilin said that while a sea warning may be issued as early as Monday evening, a land warning is not likely until late Tuesday. Zhu says the greater Taipei area, eastern Taiwan, and the Hengchun Peninsula may see rainfall intensify Monday night through Tuesday. However, as the storm continues moving north, the heavy rain will shift towards central and southern Taiwan as well as the Hualien-Taitung region on Wednesday. As the typhoon moves away on Thursday, most areas should see rainfall decrease, although localized storms are still possible in northern Taiwan. Former President Tsai Ing-wen arrived in Berlin on Sunday, marking the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. She met with Reinhard Butikofer, co-chairman of the German-Taiwanese Dialogue Platform and a longtime supporter of Taiwan's relations with Europe. Butikofer highlighted the significance of Tsai joining the Germans on such a historic day, saying it symbolizes standing together for freedom. The two discussed economic cooperation, civil society development, and ways to advocate for democracy, including Taiwanese semiconductor investments in Dresden. Butikofer described the dialogues as open and cordial, noting that people in Germany had long hoped Tsai would visit. He said her presence at Berlin Freedom Week, which commemorates the fall of the Berlin Wall, adds to the event's meaning. The forum welcomes all who value freedom, and Tsai's attendance underscores the shared tradition of defending democratic ideals. He said Tsai emphasized Europe's growing recognition of Taiwan's importance beyond semiconductors, including public health and cybersecurity. Butikofer added that Europeans are increasingly aware of the challenges posed by China, making closer cooperation with Taiwan and value-based partnerships more important. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Amanda Stevens. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features, brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.
Catch the latest RTI news, programs, previews, and more on our website rti.org.tw. That's rti.org.tw.